swift and true makes modeling a delight. An optimized tactic tool brings clarity to the night. Flexible and rapid with a whisper's grace. Enter fast, so faster, exit with silent pace. And sweet, the sweet, assistive and grand. For every blender user, a guiding hand.
Hey, so the funny thing about this asset is literally I wrote a check with box cutter that Insolve can barely cache. Like, and that's what's funny is like I literally was like, oh yeah, no, I'll solve the hell out of it. I'll solve this and plasticity like a boss. Like, and I'll look like a badass when I do it. And this asset literally beat my ass. And Apple is sitting here. Apple the cat, not Apple the headphones because they pissed me off. But Apple the cat is sitting here. And the moment she jumps up here, she's gonna say, "Stop modeling, take me outside." She's like trying to get with a strange neighborhood cat, and I don't think that's healthy. It's not like how cats get worms. Like, I don't want my cat to die. I may have said previously that I don't care if my cat dies, but like, I don't want my cat to die. So if I need to keep my cat away from neighborhood cats, let me know. I assume they need to stay away. They hiss and stuff, like they're crazy. But she sits in the window all day looking for me. Look, I didn't make this video to talk about cats. Sorry. So I'm just looking at this asset and I'm like, It like looks like nothing, right? Let's see how nothing it is. So we just get in here and we pop some loops on this baby, and I'm telling you, the later in the day it gets, the more that I use basically Insolve, because my body starts to be like, kind of tired of this, but I still want to do it. It's not that I want to walk away from the computer. I'm tired of walking away from the computer. Walk away from the computer and come back to the computer be tripping. That's what I'm saying. I got computer problems. Computer's like, find out Intel sucks. I almost just immediately got a new computer, but I was like, oh my god, that's actually irresponsible. People shouldn't do that. God, why did I put the loop down there? You know what I'm still adding to my brain to use is a hard loop. Like, I just cannot program it into my brain. It's like crazy to imagine completely cutting through a shape. Like, I mean, I'm so glad that other people are fans of it. It gives you all a chance to basically master it before me, but I always do think about it and how it can, continue to improve. With every loop cut, I'm like leveling up, and that will never make sense until there's a visual level in this tool that's higher than your level. Because first of all, you won't have the tool because I'll be canceled 800 ways. Even though I didn't Kevin Spacey, no body. Alright. They were asleep at that party, not playing. Is that I think what happened with Kevin Spacey? Never mind, I'll stop making jokes about Kevin Spacey. My invisible editor is telling me not to. He said he's canceled again. He's just defying the cancellation. Like Roseanne, who I think is currently around right now. Grab. Okay, I see what happened. I alt scrolled, and I should be able to just disable alt scroll on the fly, just whenever I need to. Readily. I need to readily be able to pop that baby off, just like I am able to in Inflow. Like, just add that to the to-do list. Coming to a feature near you. Rake is also born, so I'll be demoing it in action. And then we can begin having discussions about what you would like it to be. Because, in its first form, it will look like nothing. And in its last form, it'll also look like nothing. But I will talk about it like it is something. And that is something, if it's not nothing. So if you're doing the math on it, that probably equals nothing, because I'm just not good at math. I probably divided by 0 twice, so I'm sorry. Alright, math magicians, forgive me. I didn't graduate. I think I talk about that all the time. I'm like not even a college graduate, so do not think me a. I tell you guys, I'm not MX. I'm just MX2. I hope to earn the title of master. What does that take? Someone's like, stop using AI. All right, not that guy. I can't listen to him. Look, I'm just saying. One day we're all gonna look back on this, and people are just gonna be like, yeah, I guess it was inevitability, but we fought it. Right now it's just taken over by filthy capitalists, but and I spend a lot of time also trying like stable diffusion, and stable diffusion is terrible every iteration. It's like a running joke. Also, even if you're an AI hater, you should at least be following the AI scene because it's a rapidly evolving scene. Like, and it's interesting. It's interesting to follow. Like, talk about following scenes. If I'm following Dragon Ball Z power leveling, then I'm going to be following AI. All right. I mean, also I follow OS news, so I mean Microsoft owns OpenAI, so I mean it's not like we can just look away from them. Microsoft's freaking terrible. Like I tried to switch over to Linux, and Linux is also terrible, but I still have it installed. I was going to do a video from it, but I feel like I'm going to run into another obstacle, and these obstacles require accelerating intelligence, and I don't have that. I have decelerating intelligence, like. Especially as the day goes on, my intelligence goes down until I'm just ooga ooga by midnight. Alright. I'm full ooging, guys. Let me know in the comments if you're ooging out. Never mind. That sounds ridiculous. I just realized I'm wilding. My girlfriend's in the next room packing her bags, alright? I mean, not literally, but I mean, based on a joke like that, wouldn't blame her, alright? Like, I run some of these jokes by her. She approves nothing, alright? I just want y'all to know. Y'all are getting unapproved jokes. Y'all are getting jokes not even run by the censor board. Like, they're probably quitting sending me letters as I'm over here listening to what I call rabbit rock. Alright. I mean, I should be mixing in some. Since it's the weekend, I'm basically off of what I call my penance, right? Like, I'm gonna do right now, guys. Like, I modeled so bad for so long that I feel like I must make it right by modeling right, and people are going to be like, yo, that way's not right, that way's right, this way's right, that way's right. And that's the interesting thing about 3D. Everything's right. I mean, or it's wrong. I mean, I don't know, depends on how passionate you are. If you're passionate, then yeah, I'm super wrong. If you're just like a little bit passionate and you're like, yeah, I think he's kind of wrong, I don't know, I don't trust him. Is he wrong? I don't know, he's out of line, but he's right. Is that what old heads are saying? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you just gotta keep modeling until the results come in. And I can't wait till I get past some of these assets. Like, I need to clear my plate immediately. I have assets that I know people are gonna tune in for, or they're not gonna tune in for, but they're gonna wish that they had, or they're not. They'll tune in later in secret. Hey, watch me, because who else are they watching, right? Who else is There used to be this joke about something called Hops TV, and I got sent the ad, right? The guy who's editing the videos sent me the video for Hops TV, and I just looked at it, and it just hit me. It just hit me. I was like, so in this lifetime or the next one? And I'm starting to think, like, maybe there isn't a second lifetime where I get to use Blender. I always thought I could negotiate with God and be like, yo, God, look, I will sing songs forever, but you got to give me some Blender, dog. Like, and I'll sing about that. I'll sing about the fact you gave me Blender in heaven, and maybe Blender like 16.0, assuming that's the version that's coming out. All right. But, let's assume that God's not that way. God's going to be like, you have offended me greatly. You're lucky I don't send you to hell, you little cockroach. All right. Which is the other realistic possibility. All right. These are the real things that we got to prepare for. In videos, like hopefully if one of y'all, hopefully not, passes away before me, y'all can have a word with the maker to say, like, hey, is there a computer lab up here? Maybe there's maybe there's a computer lab in hell, and I mean, if I'm visited by Satan, right, and he says, like, yo, dog, there's a computer lab, then I don't know what to say, guys. Oh, I do know what I'll say. I just won't say it in videos. Alright. Sorry, I've been listening to too much Rabbit Rock. See, that's the problem. Maybe you shouldn't use Insol for that reason, right? Because, I just canceled myself right there. Accidentally endorsed, a darker lord than Autodesk. A darker lord than Adobe. Hey, no, I'm kidding. There's no darker lord, alright? There is no darker lord than Adobe. And literally, my goal has been to get past bugs, to get to this part right here. The part where I'm just having fun. Like, I'm telling you, having fun. Like, I do not want to be technical. I'm tired of being technical. I'm not even technical. But I keep having to be technical, and it's like, so boring. I don't want to be technical. You know, I just want to have fun with the tool. Boy, this AI music is killing it. I know. I gotta stop. There's eventually gonna be a montage of me just saying that over and over. Of just me being basically seduced by the digital devils. But, you know, I told you I've watched Animatrix way too much. Like, I see, sorry to say it. You know, also the Terminator movies, even though they suck. Like, I mean, most of them, except for literally 2, maybe 3, are watchable. I mean, you know, you're like, what's the third one then, huh? What's the third one? I mean, I don't know, maybe Terminator 3. You know, there's the one that had the lady in it. I mean, look, I'm not trying to go there. All right, be sexist in the video. All right, I'll be getting dinged for that. Like, I'm not Chad. All right, I'm not Chad at all. Like, you could come to my house and literally give me a wedgie. Don't take me up on that. But look, I'm gonna look at this from top view, and we're gonna hard loop. All right. You know, AR's in the audience. He's like, why do you never hard loop? Why do you never hard loop? Bam. This moment brought to you by hard loops. It's the hardest loop you're gonna loop today. All right. If you're looping harder, ain't my tool. No, I'm playing. I shouldn't say that. Someone's gonna make a harder loop, and it'll be with a different tool. I'm just making jokes here. I'm just making jokes. I'm running jokes live. You know, if I'm not hitting it with you guys, it's because the intended audience is Netflix. Just kidding. Where every comedian goes to just swing for the fences. That's what I've been telling people lately. I've been like, yo, you ever thought of just swinging for the fences? Like, I mean, when are you going to get together? Are you going to get together when you're 50? Because, I mean, I'm going to be 50. I mean, not anytime soon, but someday I am going to be 50. It's like, all right, I got to get together, guys. Got to get together fast, real fast. Like, actually very, very fast. So, I mean, maybe a midlife crisis, unless you have a midlife crisis at an early point in life. That would be crazy, right? But no. I always try to, man, funny story. I know, I'm so jumpy on topics. I was talking to a girl, and I accidentally used a wrestling term with her, and I was like, listen, if you're just trying to be a jobber, let me know. And she's like, what is a jobber? And I was like, wait, oh my god. All right, look, first of all, you're not even from America. So me talking about a bunch of men in leotards beating each other up fakely, you know, at the behest of Vince McMahon, who's like this massive criminal rapist, just gotta throw that in there. My brother's a humongous wrestling fan. So half the characters in the game, you can't even select them anymore because they're actually terrible people. Like, even Brock Lesnar, right? Like, Brock Lesnar's like 98, right? You can't pick him. The only reason I would even play a wrestling game is to basically beat up my brother because it's funny. It's funny to actually beat him up for an inordinate amount of time, but never pin him. You know, shout out to people out there who knows about that, where you just, that's the thing about wrestling games actually that makes them cool, by the way. Like, I'm not saying I would play one, because I got better things to do. I would play Soul Calibur, basically. If I'm going to play a game, if I'm going to turn off this video and play a game, I'm going to play Soul Calibur on Dreamcast. And, you know, knock people off the stage all day because it's the most funny thing. Anyways, back to being random. What other topics are just cooking in my brain? Y'all should... Oh my god. Alright, I'll omit that from being said. Alright, let's see, what else can I say? Dang, I'm telling you, this song that I listen to... Alright, and we got this good to go. I mean, it's like Tetris with me. It's like Tetris, which I'm not even good at Tetris. Like, if you played me in Tetris and beat me, I'll probably just unfriend you or not play Tetris with you anymore. Alright, now I'm playing. I'm not that kind of player. That would be crazy to find out I'm just like that kind of gamer. I'm literally not. Winning is an experience and losing is an experience. In fact, when I play online games with people and we lose, I make them mad when I say, hey, but think about the other guys. They're having the greatest time ever, right? They're like, what? How dare you? And that is funny to imagine. That is funny to imagine, and just be like, yeah, the other team, man, we're really making their day, aren't we? And then I make a joke that references a song that I've never played for y'all, but it would be completely inappropriate because when my friends and I were playing with AI music, we went through every topic, even the most sultry of topics, which also demonstrated some potential with the music that was previously not even considered. I mean, I don't know what I did there, but it was a terrible solution, and I don't recommend repeating it. But you know, it's some polygonal dark arts, guys. Ooh, and that's what it results in. Hey, that's funny. Subdivide, and then we throw in. What I need is this like closer and simpler, like you know, and I just never do it because I'm trying to let people step in nicely. So you know, let's just see what we're not using right now. Like we're not using circle, and really these are such hard decisions. That's the thing. I actually love everything, so I'll put it back, and we won't talk about deleting buttons again. I'm sorry, guys. I ain't gonna put you out, but that is going to be a big part of the tool, is the ability to customize it. So I'm hoping to make it very cool, and then you'll say, oh, I would like this, I don't want this, I want this, and I don't want this. Sorry. Had a Tyson moment there. It happens to the best of us. All right, so continuing on, we are just going to get rid of this and go ahead and begin sliding some things around. And as of the latest update, you now have the ability to basically, you know, multi-element slide, which just is another way to handle slide compared to the other way. Like, we want to explore all options as far as making it accessible on the fly. And I basically, I don't know what I did. I probably clicked 15 times within a second and got things weird. All right, so Blender decided to stop that, which is great because I was, you know me, I will, and you know what's crazy is every time I do just kill blend or just open a new Blender on top of it, it does come back to life, just showing that I'm very impatient when it comes to Blender, which I never said I was patient, but yeah, I'm super impatient whenever it comes to Blender making me hang. Like I just assume the worst. I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is dead. I mean, it may not even be dead. And also, I'm looking at this thinking maybe I can bevel that and grab this. And where's my keystrokes? I apologize, guys. Like, if I ever feel bad about anything ever, it's not showing my keystrokes. That is the biggest, like, hey, I would punch me in the throat for not showing keystrokes. Like, listen, that is a monster. When you don't show keystrokes, boy, that video is worthless. I mean, just show me what you're pressing. Just show me what you're pressing. I mean, don't make the video hard mode, bro. Don't be that way. But that's just me. I'm just weird about keystrokes. Like, I was over in Linux, and that was something I was worried about. I was like, if I can't show my keystrokes, videos are worthless. They're worthless. So I had to sort that out. I mean, I have yet to do it. I was going to ask Proxy for a copy of Scribe, or just go grab the latest version of Scribe. I mean, I don't know how to run those files that you get for Linux. Like, they're like giving me APKs on websites. I'm like, wait, is this for Android? Leave it. Like, it's like that hot dog. I just brought a picture of a hot dog. You remember that episode of King of the Hill where Hank was mad when he couldn't get like flyers printed? That was like such a good episode, but I don't think people like the show as much as I do. I watched Chip. I mean, I think I saw Chip call it a waste of time recently, and that is actually very hilarious. Like, that is hilarious in like a idiocracy sense of irony, because it's like it's like a boomer cartoon made by Mike Judge. So it's like this, like, I don't know, to me it's like a multi-layer commentary on how he sees like hick America. So I don't know, it's more hilarious to me, but I guess other people don't get it, or it's just not funny. That I'm often told that things that I find funny are not funny. If you're trying to see something that's like something I consider the funniest thing I've ever seen, watch Mr. Show. Mr. Show is like literally the greatest thing I've ever seen, like, ever. Like, I mean, it's like a required watching every month. No, I'm kidding, not every month, but I don't have that sort of time. I wish I did. I would watch it, but then that's to be part of giving up, and I don't want to give up. I don't want to. I see it as part of the rot. We must fight it, guys. Like, you know, I'm not going to start talking about wellness and all that yet, but I mean, we do have to get well. We got to get our bodies right, you know, so our brains work right. We need our brains. We need all our brain, because, you know, like I said, no time for that sorrow. No time for that AI sorrow. we got to get it together. That's how much we got. It's like war, but the war is like a mental war being fought now, because it's a war against exceptionalism. That's what it is, and you want to hold on to that, and you want to nurture it. And I see that also dying too. Like, exceptionalism will just not be a thing. It's like, oh snap, that'll be terrible, real terrible. But you know, I think a lot of things do need improvement, like so many things. And you know, it all comes down to me for the Big Mac. Like, the Big Mac just never has ever looked like the picture. And you know, you just one day I'll write a sci-fi story about it, about how the apocalypse was brought about by a guy who was mad that Big Macs didn't look like the picture, and as a result, like, he created like death machines, or the burger robots ended up becoming death machines. And someone's gonna be like, yo, that book is this. Everybody always does that to me. That's why I've been reading books. Like, I'm like, yo, I need to find the origin of ideas. So I've been like, I literally I think last year, I'm not even saying this in a braggadocious way, but I literally read I think 173 books or something like that. Like, it was like a 50 book challenge, and I just kept going. I just went insane on it, because it was just, you know, I just have that problem. I just go insane on things. Like, I'll listen to a song and suck the life out of it. Like, it's like my thing. I'm like, oh, this song has life, like a Capri Sun. Suck the life out of it, just leave it as a dead and husk. It's like, okay, next song. What's crazy is AI be having some life, be trying to suck these songs life out. This song ain't got no life. It's like, you ain't sucking nothing out of this. And that's a AI humor right there. Like, getting an early glimpse of it before I try it on Netflix. Just kidding. I'll never make it to Netflix. I'll be assassinated or get a worm in my brain. So if I may continue the tradition of talking too much about myself, which is what these videos are. So I went to a beach recently, and my woman was like determined to get me to get in the water. I kept telling her, I was like, listen, I'm not gonna get in the water. Listen, if a fish enters my body and like takes over me, like, I always talk about it as a joke, but I'm dead serious. Like, you don't want a fish to enter your body under any circumstances. And I just don't know how people protect themselves in the water. Like, you know, you're in the water and things are alive. Like, but I ended up getting in the water, and it was great. Like, it was crazy. Like, I thought the whole time, I was like, wow, this is the world's water. This is the world's water. Like, this water's everywhere. This is like the world's water. Like, I probably sounded like a freaking idiot when I kept saying it over and over, but I was just kept thinking about it. It's just like, this is the world's water. Like, this world's water's everywhere. Like, this is the world's water. I don't know. I know that probably doesn't even make sense to you, the listener, right now. You're like, dang, MX, his descent into madness begins. But, you know, what do you talk about whenever you're doing this? It's actually meditative to just solve geometry, to just get weird with geometry and just have fun with it and play, I don't know, play with workflows. Like, I'm trying to show you guys that I work, and then I also don't work. And by not working, I'm just playing with other software and just like ranting about it. Either to you guys, if y'all accept me, or I'll rant to like nobody, or discords of only my closest friends, which is usually what I do. But, you know, luckily I'm hiring. No, I'm playing. That's funny to say. I am hiring. But no, that would actually get me crazy, people. No, I'm trying to watch them go-getters. All right, go get it. All right, because I'm trying to get it. I am trying to get it. That's what I'm doing. 24 hours a day. People are like, yo, what you doing? I'm getting it. Well, what does that mean? It's like, I don't know, but I'm figuring it out. I'm about to go get it. All right. So shout out to the people out there, I don't know, getting it. Because, I mean, if you're not getting it, someone else is, and we need to get it. We need to get it, and we need to get, never mind. I'll start talking about hardness again. And my editor's waving me. He's saying, stop saying that. You're attracting the wrong demographic, sir. You don't want to give those people ammunition. I'm like, what people? No, I'm playing. It becomes the MX becomes gay art. That would be funny. As an adult, I see that it doesn't even matter You can be any way that you want now, because I mean, literally, who's sending people Christmas cards anymore? And I mean, do you want a Christmas card? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. Everyone's in their own independent universes. So I do see that happening in the future. It's like the worst outcome, right? Like, you hear that, you're like, wow, here's MX on some dystopia. But no, like, everyone's going to be in their own little universe, and it'll be safe for them. Like, you know, it's like, how are we going to get away from, you know, all the ills of society? I don't know. I've been reading so much sci-fi. Like, there's this other sci-fi author, Clifford Simak. I love him. Like, he's like a pastoral sci-fi writer. Like, he talks about, like, just great prairies and just adventures. Like, oh, just so lovely. But Asimov is also great. However, I did have this run-in with a book called The Gods Themselves. And even though the book was funny, the book was very funny, because it's like about a pump that has to keep pumping, or else like the universe will start to collapse. And, you know, it just gets like gradually more like, I don't know, I would say stupid. All right, but that's just me being cruel and simplistic. But really, the book was, it was interesting. I mean, I wouldn't reread it, but, you know, I'm glad that I read it in the first place. Like, I get to check it off the list, so I mean, that's always important to do with a book. Just get her done, you know. And like I said, I am a hack. I admit it. I take that. I accept it. I wear it like a badge. Like, yo, you can follow me because I'm a hack. It's like, yo, what's this hack gonna hack next? Like, he ain't gonna hack nothing because he's a hack. It's like, good. That's also a interesting angle, and also makes me curious in you as a person. That you're hate watching me, but you know, that's another discussion. I mean, I hate watch people too, but they're like more entertaining. So if I'm entertaining to you in a 3D way, that's crazy. But you know, shout out to those in the comments who were like hollering. Like, I've been getting so many people just like hollering at me, not even in a negative way, which I'm always used to negative interactions with people. I mean, that's probably why I'm mental, by the way, is because I deal with so much negative mail. People are like, yo, MX, it's like, yeah, what's up? They're like, I hate you. It's like, aw, dang. Thanks for, I guess, telling me. They're like, yeah, coming to see you soon. It's like, oh, snap. That's not ominous at all. I'm gonna write a song about it. So, do you dress like a bunny? Are you into that? They're doubly gonna kill me. But no, I jest, of course. So let us grab this and make the connection, and we grab this and also make the connection. But one day people are just gonna look at me and be like, ah, yes, no, this is him being Rush Limbaugh. No, I'm playing. Rush Limbaugh. That would be funny. Just name someone corny. Yeah, he's doing the Bill O'Reilly. Which, fun fact about Bill O'Reilly and me is I read his book a long time ago when I was still a country bumpkin. The book didn't enrich me or anything, but I did read it. It was just, I think it was called We Are American, So Are You or something. But it was just a book about him. Just I don't even remember. Just talking about his life. It was so boring. But I have been enjoying reading. Like, I was actually reading a book earlier that one of the commenters recommended about a pandemic. I mean, the book is, I'll get back to you about the outcome when I finish the book. But it is interesting to be able to discuss books. Like, that would be something that I would really enjoy being able to do as a channel idea, is like having like a book club of sorts. Because, I mean, we're seeing all these movie adaptations, and I started seeing a lot of them being done injustice. Like, I started seeing some adaptations that were just being done injustice, and being able to read the books of them to see what they intended, like the authors, is just amazing. Because I was watching the show Foundation. While I do love the show, hearing that it is like kind of an alternate universe take of everything, not that it lessens the show's worth or anything, it does make it a sort of a creative interpretation though. So in that case, you should probably read the actual Foundation series, you know, if you're a fan of the show. So I mean, not in a disparaging way to the show, because I love the show, I love the assets, but I mean, they are melting showrunners on the show over and over. Like, they keep losing showrunners. So I mean, whose vision is the show anymore? Like it's like a multiverse show without the multiversal. And every show's a multiversal thing. Like I'll start talking about another show talking about multiverses. I will not do that. And I'm just looking at this thinking, you know, how can we deal with this? How can we deal with this effectively? I was talking to Chip earlier. He said, I lost an hour of my life I'll never get back. Like, I didn't tell you to watch my videos. They're not for you. They're for people who give a damn. Watch my videos for. Get out of here. Alright. That's my response to anyone who has to complain. And that's always been the response. Like, yo, get out of here. Like, look, there's so much more. You know, wife Kelly talked to Boogie today and told him why she doesn't like him. And that is actually way more interesting than what I'm doing, where I'm just doing the same thing over and over. Which I see that. I see that, you know, I could turn everything into a time lapse. Just be time lapse Tommy. No, I'm kidding. That would be so boring. That is so boring. Like the only way I would be able to talk myself into coming back is, hey, you can just have fun. You can just have fun. You don't have to live on all the rules anymore. The rules that you made of yourself, by the way. You can just be. It's like, oh snap, I'm free. It's like, yeah, you're free. Because you were in your own prison of your mind. Oh, well, I should see a doctor for that. But, you know, hopefully as this journey goes on, I'll be able to show, like, some of the creative uses I have for ChatGPT. Because, you know, I see all the nightmare realities that are going to be unlocked. And I'm afraid to even... That's why I'm also secretive about my AI activity and stuff, is because, like, I see, like, the negative parts of it. And, like, how people are going to just be terrible. And I want to be prepared for that, because my family's sharing those memes of weird Jesuses, you know. They're like, yo, amen to this. Like, I think you're going to hell for that. I think you committed a sin. Like, look, that's not Jesus. First of all, that's Osama bin Laden. They've been doing that for a decade. Stop saying amen to that, all right? First of all. But on top of that, you don't have to say amen to every bearded man who's kind of Caucasian, all right? And I mean, also don't be saying amen to African ones. I mean, we should really go in a time machine and sort Jesus out once and for all, because we're probably praying to just some random guy. Like, I mean, who knows? Like, probably in the far, far future, the image that we know. Here I'm about to be blasphemous in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, little do we know, possibly, that the image that we hold now as the image of Christ is going to be on a popular steakhouse in the future, because we have went in a time machine and found out that, like, he was not the person we thought he was. He was actually ugly or bow-legged, or I don't know. Welcome to the bow-legged Christ-diverse, alright? Sorry to be blasphemous. We're just talking about sci-fi here, and that's what sci-fi is. It's playing with concepts, having fun with them, and, you know, we're just not going to be able to throw a lot of loops down, are we? They're like, no, you're not throwing it. Oh, wait, no, they're like, loop it up, baby. Alright, no, my bad. Alright, hard loop. And I don't know what this rotation is, but I guess we can rock with it. And I'm going to try not to keep you guys too long. I know, people are like, yo, why are you doing so many videos? It's like, I've been planning on doing some content, you know. A little content, guys. Especially, you know, I look at my channel, I'm like, I got so many subscribers, you know. Not saying it as an accomplishment, but, you know, I was once on a grind. I was once on a quest. Every subscriber brings me closer to more subscribers. It's my life stream to just have more subscribers. I know, I'm kidding. Just be a Jake Pauler. It'd be crazy if people just start mass unsubscribing the second I say that. They're like, you know what? Let's kill his dreams. But, you know, I talk about dark universes all the time now. And it's because I just imagine only the worst outcomes now. I'm like, oh yeah, people are going to hate this. People are going to hate this. People are going to hate this. People are going to hate me. And when you aim that way, you aim different. You shoot different. You shoot better. You sleep better. It's like, well, people are either going to hate me or they're going to hate me accurately. once and for all. Hate me correctly, alright? I am this type of bastard. I've never said I'm not a bastard. I'm just saying I'm a guy. I keep saying I'm just a guy. And that's a guy. Like, I said, I'm not even a crazy Christian or anything either. I'm just a guy. But, I was saying to someone earlier, just casually, I was like, we're all sinners in the eyes of the Lord. And then also, the government thinks we commit 5 felonies a day. So we're not looking too good to them either. We're just worthless husks of meat. Like, I don't know. What do we do with that? They're like, yeah, every American's a criminal. Like, I didn't even go outside today. I committed 5 felonies. I just fed the cats. I've made 5 felonies, and I fed the cats. Look, I shouldn't even say this. I'm like, this is like anti-American propaganda. I'm just having fun, guys. Just having fun. I'm not even trying to be political or anything. I'm totally not political. But, we're just having fun here. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about these operations? Okay, I'm insetting. We're the inset boys now. And also, yeah, we do need that inset. We need that perimeter protection. So let us get in here and start getting that cleaned up. The Vorpal blade is just a reference to Box Cutters ads when they were purple. Like, I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, the purple blades would be cool. Like, I should just turn all the ads into, like, MacGuffins. Like, it would be so funny. And also, like, enriching. Like, it would just be an interesting experience. Like, I'm not against the idea of working with humans. But just know that, I've had experiences with humans that, I'm just not a humans guy. I suck at humans. That's what it is. I suck at humans. Not even that humans suck. I suck. I suck at mankind. I suck at being a human. I suck at pretending to be a human. I had a crisis about that, where I was like, yo, I'm just a guy pretending to be a guy. I'm not even a guy. What am I? What kind of crisis is that to have, But these are things you think about when you're modeling. It's like, am I a man or am I a model? I mean, not like, I'm looking good, but I'm not like that at all. Alright, that would be funny if I was like a pretty boy modeler, but I'm not. I'm an ugly boy modeler. People keep asking me if I'd go to the Blender conference. I was about to impulse buy some tickets because that's how I operate. I either impulse buy and then plan for it, or I just regret things endlessly until my deathbed, which I'm realizing why do that. I could just go and look at the Amsterdam flowers and probably eat some good food. If probably should. I'll need a vacation around it. Am I counting wrong? Let me look at this thing because I feel like something is. This isn't cool at all. All right, my bad. Alright, so we're going to connect here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, we're back in business. I don't know what I was looking at there. And also, we got a lot of loops. Like, we're getting, like, heavy poly here. But also, like, I said at the beginning of this video, I wrote a check with Box Cutter that Insolve couldn't cash. Like, I was like, wow. What an over-calculation. And that should make me funny alone. Like, haha, MX did himself in. It's like, hell yeah, it did. Like, this is the tools I'm thinking about, no one will be able to make. Get off of my screen, bastard. I'm not in Linux. And I need that to be even harder. That's what I'm looking at and thinking. I'm like, that's not going to be hard enough. You never just look at something, you're like, that's not going to be hard enough. How hard do you... Never mind. Start making hard jokes. I'll stop. I'll attract the wrong demographic. Shout out if you're a... Never mind. Hey, shout out if you're a hard boy in the comments, alright? Shout out to the hard boys. An offshoot of the Hydra boys. The Hydra boys, we were talking about the Hydra render. It's just a running joke, but now I gotta always shout out that. And now that I look at it entirely, I mean, should I correct this thing and turn it into quads? Am I basically that level of insane? The answer is no. That would be dumb. But this piece is rather curious. Like, what the heck is it? Well, I mean, let's put a displace on it. No, not display. Sorry, my bad. Decimate. Yeah, there we go. Now we are set. So the goal is to just get in here and just, do the best. And if we use the bevel modifier and we put it on 3 mode, it's just not going to work out. So we're gonna have to walk this thing. There's an IT crowd joke in there. I can't recall it to make it correctly, which would be a disservice to the show, but it would be funny. But yeah, we're gonna have to walk it in, guys. I'm telling you, I'm always thinking about TV shows. It makes it hard to deal with me on a personal level because I'm always thinking about TV shows, and like you could basically make it in my life as a person if you just watch the same TV shows as me. That's like my clan. My clan is basically people who watch the same TV shows as me. Like otherwise, you're one of them. So if you want to be down with me, all you have to do is just watch the same TV shows. Just kidding. That would be crazy. Just be a TV show person like that. I'm not. They call them the TV guides. No, I'm playing. Just make up a title. You know what I wouldn't mind though is playing a little Smash Bros with the other tool makers. Like if they were like some Wii users, I'd be like, hey guys, let's get together and play a little Smash Bros. Like find out who's the best. I mean, obviously I'm the best. I mean, we could actually play a lot of games. We play Mario Kart. That's why I'm not trying to beef with nobody anymore. Like no beef. Let's press C to just make it straight. And we need an option to make it where we can use it twice because, sometimes you need to just do it twice. Let's see if we can hard loop but get it to orient to this. What would that be? XYY? You'd press XYY or XZZ or something like that. But how would we get it to orient to this area the way that we need? So look, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull this edge and then let's try to hard loop off of it. And that won't work, so let's try this one more time. Maybe this way. I'm just thinking on my feet. When I convey it, I'd be like, hey, look at this timestamp and automate the bastard, all right? Because I won't have to think like that again. All right, so let's all right, how do I get it to extrapolate that connection? It would be by taking this and pulling it out like so. And from here, we would actually finally be able to put a hard loop where we want. But that's like so much work to set up. And whenever I talk about the hypothetical box cutter, which is like a discussion topic. It's like the hypothetical box cutter, which means like if box cutter was made from 0, what would it be like? And to me, it would be alignment first. So it would have like this crazy CAD alignment system, and that would be its primary focus. Like cutting would be last. I think with this iteration of box cutter, cutting was first, and as a result we have the beautiful blue box, which is a work of art. I love blue box because it is basically a satanic invention that should not exist, and I love it. It's just so great, and it does the job, and that job is to basically cut in object mode and edit mode and make implied geometry. And it sounds easy, and okay, good, that's how it's supposed to be. Thank you, come again. And it's supposed to be that way. But cutting implied geometry matters, and I guess to me it's the most important thing, or one of the most important things. Like, it's important to imply geometry. It's also important to actually cut. But back on this topic of hypothetical box cutter. So hypothetical box cutter, and I say that like just what it would be like if it just was rethought from 0. Because when I see anyone do a version of box cutter, that's like my first thoughts is I wonder what their base is. Like, we look at QBlocker, right? Like QBlocker eventually is going to be doing booleans. I mean, maybe, who knows? I mean, it would only make sense. It's just their trajectory as a tool to basically do booleans at some point. It's not like I'll do it and be shocked Pikachu face. I'll be like, ah, yes, they finally got to that node on their graph. Like, docket item number 55. Start doing booleans. I mean, come on, it's not like anything major. It's not like waging war or something. I'm not a cat, all right? You're describing a cat, And I'm not a cat. My cat is a cat, and I watch my cat a lot, and I've realized I am definitely not a cat. All right. So back to talking about why my cats are cats and I'm not a cat. All right. With MX, my slow descent into madness, episode number 45. What if I'm doing all these videos because I feel like I need to catch up on lost time? And it isn't that though. But people were pretty positive in the comments, and that kind of restored my morale. Like, showed me like, hey, it's not all haters. Kind of a lot of haters, so. But that's funny. And someone will just say, hey, if you got haters, you're doing it right. And I'm like, doing what right? What kind? Look, hey, if I may make a joke that will get me canceled, they probably told Hitler that. They were like, hey, if you... never mind. I'm not even trying to talk about history, but history happened, and it's so old now that if we can't joke about it, when can we joke about... I guess we can never joke about history, ever. I guess the minutia of history is why we can't joke about it. Sorry, my bad. I just realized why history can't be made fun of, even though it can be made fun of. I mean, there's so many historical comedies. I might have to try it. You know, fun fact, and I'm not even lying about this. I was trying to make a game about like presidential dueling, right? With guns. They would duel, you could duel all the presidents with guns. And then all of a sudden, someone tried to assassinate Trump. I got asked recently by a buddy I was collaborating with on it. And he's like, hey, is that still on? I was like, dude, they tried to kill the literal president. No, we can't ever talk about it again. What are you talking about, dude? This is blasphemy. Dude, we're traitors, dude. We can't, dude, just think it. No, what do you mean? Is this thing still on? You're a lunatic, bro. I mean, it probably would work out. I'd be like hatred, but I'm not trying to be hated, alright? But if people have a misunderstanding of me, then y'all should get that corrected, because I talk too much in videos, so you should know me. Hello, this is who I am. Love me or hate me. Most people do not. You know, it's like I'm like tartar sauce, except more people probably want to drink straight tartar sauce than drink MX. Alright, shout out to I forgot who I was talking to, who I shouted out previously in the comments, but shout out to them again one more time. No, I'm playing. That's funny. Just be shouting them out. Just give them all the shout outs. You know, we're just throwing shout outs out there today. You know, actually, fine. We're throwing shout outs. Shout outs to all them Blender boys in the chat. To those boys bruising cubes. I was going to say taking lewds. Look, I have all these songs about modeling, but I also had like references to like taking Molly, because I was writing the lyrics, right? And I was trying to make words that rhymed with Polly, and I kept using Molly because I don't have an imagination. I suck. I'm always saying I'm a hack and I'm trying to work on it, but oh, you guys don't believe me. But I am. I'm always working on it. Like, and I think, you know, if you feel the same, we should all work on it. We should enrich ourselves. We should make ourselves richer. I mean, in mine, you know, even though I am talking about, hey, let's also figure out a path to surviving in this new age by staying relevant and not completely stagnating, because, you know, that would be a crime to do to people. And really, I spent a lot of time actually studying other things like that. It is not Blender. Like, Blender's like just my home base. My home base. I will never change home bases. Like, Blender could change its logo to anything. Even a picture of me with a pitchfork through me. I'd be like, wow, Blender is nuts right now, but I love this program. Like, I'm the splash screen, you guys. Like, sorry, vanity. Like, that would be crazy though, if I was like, a picture of me dying is like, kill him. Like, but no, I would still use this program no matter what. Even if this program was calling me a gay boy, I'd be like, whoa, Blender is really crazy right now. I would still recommend it to people. That's what's messed up. Blender could be insulting me, and I would still be like, yo, this program is fire. It'd be like, yo, the splash screen says that you should... Never mind, I shouldn't be making such jokes. These are I just always am going to make canceled jokes because, you know, they're the funniest. They're the funniest. And how do you teach people that? How do you teach people that? I try to tell people privately, I'm like, yeah, not the best influence. I might accidentally tell a kid that school doesn't matter. I mean, school does matter, but I mean, in a way, school kind of doesn't matter. I mean, you're not going to remember that stuff anyways. Like, it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It matters that you prove that you can pass tests and all of that. So we modeled this, and we're putting the sub Ds on that Mac, and it looks good. So we're just burning through this asset, and we could hit this thing and literally end this, and that would be great. But what if I came back after a brief pause instead of humanly torturing myself? Because I'm not trying to burn myself out, but I am trying to have some fun, and this is how I have fun. And I'm going to pause the video and then have fun modeling something else while I'm waiting for it to export, because I don't have self-control. I mean, I do, because I'm no longer torturing myself with dopamine, unless that dopamine's modeling. Now, if you take away modeling, then I lost everything. But that's why I'm trying to model on anything. I need to model on a Nokia. I need to model on a Raspberry Pi. I need to model on a Game Boy. But most importantly, I need to be able to model on the Steam Deck effectively.